fucking Girl, welcome back to my channel. I just want to talk to you about one thing today. And that thing is Betty Who. Betty motherfucking Who, okay? I went to her concert in New York City on March 11th. And hey, by the way, driving in New York City, no it. Don't recommend it. I wish I'd have done a train or a bus instead. I couldn't figure out the logistics at the time, but I should have tried a little harder on that because disgusting. Okay. It was, hey, overall, just gonna start it off. It was so good. Actually, insert clip here that I filmed on my way back from the concert. Boom. Girl. This is why I have to film with a car. I can't film with my house. Betty, motherfucking who? I'm about to buck my voice up because this bitch, when I tell you I ate good fucking food, good fucking soup, bitch, when I tell you my bitch put her whole pussy in that whole foot, bitch, I'm absolutely distraught. I'm completely distraught that it's over. And the moment I was tired and like, no, I didn't want to like, you know, sit there for 5 more hours, but spiritually, I could have sat there for 17 more hours while Betty Who serenaded me because, bitch, if you don't get it, you're wrong. You don't get it. If you don't get it, you're wrong. You don't understand. She's everything. Now, obviously, she's not Beyonce. She's not Kehlani. I haven't been to a Victoria Monet concert, so I cannot say whether or not Victoria Monet gives more than Betty Who. But when I tell you Betty Who was giving cardio, darling. When I tell you my bitch was hopping, skipping, jumping, dancing, giving us choreo, and then still giving vocals, my bitch, and you know she was giving vocals because if she took that mic down, the track kept playing and there were no vocals. My bitch was giving you fucking studio vocals on that stage in the middle of her fucking dance, bitch. And I don't want to hear anything from anybody who can't do jumping jacks and hit a riff at the same time because my bitch can do so. I know we rag on white people a lot, but Betty is light skinned. Betty has, no, she's not, because she, you know what, Betty is a supreme example of her culture. Okay, I don't know what they have in the food over in Australia. I don't know what they have specifically in Sydney, but my bitch ate it up. Good fucking food, like yummy. So that's my like overall review, and I guess when I get to the house I will tell you about like the rest, you know? Here's how it went. I'm just gonna give you the rundown. So I drove in New York. It was horrible. Hated it. Absolute garbage. Would not recommend it to anyone. But at least it was late at night. It wasn't in the middle of the day. I'm sure in the middle of the day it's literal hot shit booty ass. So I got to the Manhattan Center. Well, actually, I paid $50 to park my car again. Insane. And I didn't understand a word this man was saying, and he was so frustrated with me because I didn't understand his accent. I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, sir. And he was like, this bitch, and I was like, I'm sorry. I used Google Maps so I understood where the streets were, and then I walked just like literally up a block and around a corner, and I was at the Manhattan Center. There wasn't a line. I got there at like 7 something and the show started at 8. So I wasn't early, but I was early enough, I guess. So I got in, and there was only a few lines of people before the stage because I got floor tickets. So there was only a few lines of people before the stage. My phone was charged, so they threw away my pepper spray. Apparently, yeah, got a note to self, can't bring pepper spray to a concert. Duh. I got in there, and I was so excited. The magic, the mystery, the beauty. I don't know if I mentioned this in my earlier clip. I couldn't get close enough to not be annoyed because unfortunately I'm 5'3", and there were tall bitches up front. Now I was only like 3 people from the front, like the little railing that got you to the stage, but still, bitch, you gonna be tall and you gonna stand in the front. Now I understand everybody deserves a good concert experience, but that's just rude because you can see from anywhere. I'm 5'3"-ish, can't see from nowhere. So I was literally like already annoyed because I didn't drive fast enough to get there early enough to get that exact front row that I wanted. I wanted to be right up there. I wanted to be on the railing, but unfortunately didn't get it. So everyone was so loud, so annoying, and it was only annoying because I didn't have any friends with me. I was alone by myself, so I was just sitting there like, y'all bitches talk too much. At about 8:02, 8:11 maybe, Shea Coulee came on. Shea Coulee. She played a bunch of songs. I did listen to her album before I went, but I still didn't know the songs that well, so I couldn't sing along or anything, but she did a good job. She was really cute. She was really good at talking to the audience in between sets, and she looked amazing. Her wig was great, the beat was great, the body was everything. I could tell she's still early in her craft because, you know, and you couldn't really hear whether or not she was singing over the track, with the track. If she took the mic away, it sounded pretty much the same, but she was huffing and puffing like she was singing, so I think she was singing, but I don't think she's confident enough to have them be like, turn the track down a little bit. No, I think my girl is like, keep that track on. I hope that one day she gets to the point where she's like okay with being able to just sing live, because she can sing. Like, she doesn't need to have the track like blasting over her like that, you know?
Kind of like Two Babies Disco Tits, you guys know that song? You know how she doesn't say disco tits ever in the song? This is kind of like that, okay?
Shay performed for about 30 minutes. Then she went away and I was sad again. Some bitch behind me was like, yeah, Shea Coulee won All-Stars 3. Does she look like Trixie Mattel to you? And he said it with confidence. You don't have to know about Trinity and Monet. You don't have to know about Trixie. But you need to know about fucking Shea Coulee because she had a story. She was fucking robbed. And then she came back victorious. How dare you? A good 30, 40 minutes later, like after 9, not a ton after 9, maybe 9, 15, 20, the lights go down. And we all start screaming. We're like, ah! And we lost it. The people around me were confused. I saw them looking at me because I was standing there before. I was standing like this. When the lights went on and Betty came out, bitch, I was like, ah! Ah! Bitch, I was hype. My girl Betty is here. And she stepped out onto the stage and y'all oozing charisma. Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent is what Betty Who has in us on, period. She has it. She has it. Betty Who somehow embodies the energy of a gay man, a lesbian icon, a bisexual icon, and a drag king, and a drag queen, all at the same time in that little non-binary looking persona she has. Androgynous, that's what it is. Like, you can't be non-binary looking. Androgynous. In her androgynous persona, she just, bam, her little hair go, bam, and I was like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me, on my soul, Lord. I fell in love immediately. I've always liked Betty Who, but that moment, parasocial relationship immediately, because I fell in love. And she came out kicking, dancing, choreography, high energy, high kicks, fucking live vocals, live. Because when I'm telling you, when she took her mouth away from the mic, there was no track playing. Miss Girl, that was her. Because she would stop in the middle of a song to do a little kiki or a little chit chat with somebody. And there was no track that kept playing in the background, bitch. That was her. Meanwhile, my girl is doing full cardio, full legs up in the air, full choreo, full ass, hands, legs. Like, her backup dancers are sweating visibly. My bitch is doing the same choreo as them and singing live. That's a bad bitch. That's fucking talent. That's fucking talent. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's talent. Like, that's all it is. Like, it's literally skill, talent. Period. I will insert concert clips. But she started with Weekend. She started with my fucking song. She started with Weekend. She started with Weekend. And it was like the lights were flashing. And then she was standing there in her sunglasses. And she was... I went somewhere else. Everyone else was like, woo, yeah, like screaming like happy. I was like, like, bitch, I was Beatlemania screaming. Bitch, I was Belieber screaming. I was Joe Bro fan screaming. I was like top of my lungs shrieking. Whistle note, Ariana.
#1 songs I wanted to share with all of you.
The next video I have was her doing Big. My favorite song on the album. Obviously, the name of the album. Like, that song is so good. Like, I've been showing it to my friends. I've been like, listen to this song. Because if you don't feel something when it goes, bam, 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 if you don't feel something, you're a monster. And so, when she sang that, I was having an out-of-body experience, genuinely. Like, literally, I was losing it. Like, that Lil Man on the guitar, he was doing the damn thing. Not Lil Man, Daniel. His name was Daniel. Daniel did the damn fucking thing. Okay, Daniel ripped it. Daniel fucking went for it. Fucking period. God, it was so good. You guys, it was good soup. This is good soup. This is good fucking food. Delicious. I am slurping the pasta. Delicious.
Legends are loud and built to stand out, 'cause that's who I'm meant to be.
My bitch did some shit I never heard of. Now, I've heard of niggas crowd surfing. I've heard of niggas, like, coming down onto the floor to, like, serenade a fan in the front. I have never in my life, she was up on the stage, I'll show a picture. She was playing her acoustic guitar. Again, my wife, I love her so much. And then she was like, I love you so much, I want to be inside of you. Clear a path. And then my bitch walked through the crowd. You could see, we were all like this. Oh my God, Betty. Oh my God, Betty. Like, rotating to find her in the crowd. And you know my bitch is tall. She's big, larger than life, 1,000,000 miles. BTW, should I do a cover of the Big album, like all my favorite songs, like I did with Kehlani's latest album? But better this time, because I didn't know what I was doing. I think I will do that. Anyway, my bitch came into the crowd. I'll put pictures here. What a fucking legend. So all the bitches that couldn't get a good seat to see the stage, from the left to the center to the right, she said, oh baby, y'all got the prime seats tonight, because I'm singing right in y'all face. Those lucky bastards. So she finished like the kids grow up and grown-ups fall apart, grow apart. And then she did, I know she's sweet, but she isn't me. Where she lies in your eyes, that's where I wanna be. She did that song, which I love that song. It makes me feel like so, like, every single song she played, I already loved, and then she made me love it even more. Except for one song, which has just never been my favorite. It's the cover, that I love you always forever. Like, I like it, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's never been my favorite, so it didn't make it more my favorite when she performed it. But every other song, oh, I became obsessed. I blasted the album on the road trip home.
This is also the part of the show where I have to tell you, guys, we only have the secret.
At one point in the show, I don't remember when, she did like a medley of like a bunch of songs from like Betty, The Valley, I think from Take Me Home. It was just like, hey, if you didn't make it to these tours, because I made it to a show for the Betty album. I did not make it to a show for The Valley or Take Me Home. You know, I only knew about her when her EP, I knew about her when her EP was out, but I wasn't going to concerts at the time. I was still young. Yes, Betty. She did that. She did that for us. She did it for you. She did that for me. Because she knew that we couldn't make it to those concerts. And she said, for you. Just for you. Special. Made me so happy. Also, she had a little costume change. She did 3 costume changes. The first like good chunk, like the first like 70%, I would say, she was in a bright red suit that fit her so good and just made her look Miss Ma'am. And then she changed into like a little black suit, and her dancers changed with her. Oh my god, it was just... And then later she changed into a leotard and tights, and they changed into like little 80s workout outfits, just shorts and like cut off tees. And then they threw their shirts into the workout shirts that they danced in. They threw them into the crowd, and the guy in front of me caught it and gave it to his boyfriend. And like, and dead ass, and I was like, no, Joshua he knew that was going to happen when he threw that shirt out there. She Can Dance, I believe, in the red suit. And I absolutely lived, laughed, loved it. And it made me like She Can Dance way better. But she hadn't done Blow My Candle all night. And so I was like, is she not going to do Blow My Candle? What the fuck? You know she had us. Because when she came out in her leotard on the screen, candles. And Queen saying, you can blow out my candle, but you never put out my fire. That's my shit.
Liam Neeson's is my shit.
Brrr, bitch. I was living. Then I think she ended the night with High Society. Won't you? But it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful night. I left there feeling so happy. And again, completely satisfied because she gave us the show. She gave us a show, choreography, acoustic guitar, piano, a rock star over there on the keyboard and guitar. Like her musicians were amazing. She was amazing. Her dancers were amazing. She was a dancer. Like, she was a musician. She was the dancer. She was the singer. She was the choreographer. Like, Betty. I love her so much. Like, after I left, I was so happy. Skedaddled back to my car, called my friends, my ears were ringing. The guy in front of me who had earplugs was smart. And then I drove for a couple of hours, stopped at a hotel, had to pay $188 for the hotel because I didn't book it ahead of time because I didn't know that I was going to need it because I was like, yeah, I'll just drive straight through and get some coffee. Dumbass. I did get coffee and I got a, what do you call it? Pepsi. And it just wasn't cutting it, darling. It wasn't cutting it, so I had to stop. So, like I said earlier, I spent 11 hours round trip, 2 days, 11 hours round trip, and then at least $288, not including at least 2 or 3 gas stops that were like $20 each. So, girl, I gave my all for Betty Who, and I don't regret a second of it. Betty, if you're watching this, I'm probably offending you with this accent, sorry, but Betty Who, if you see this. One day, I'm going to get my shit together, and I'm going to write some songs, and I'm going to put out my little EP and my little album, and I'm going to come on tour with you one day. Or else. Not or else. But, like, no, I'm going to. Like, I swear to God, I have to. Like, I'll just serenade you in your dressing room. I don't even have to go on stage. I can just follow you around singing songs to you. You know? Whatever you need. Whatever you need. I'll learn to do hair. I can learn to do makeup. Whatever you need. Got you. That is my review of Betty Who's big tour New York show. As you can tell, I stand a legend. She's a legend. She's incredible. She's a pop idol, period. Justin Bieber, who? You know? It's like that's who it is. It's not Beyonce that she's coming for. She's coming for JB's throne. She bitch slapped him out of that bitch, you know? She's just like, nah, get the fuck out. No, I'm sure she's so nice. I'm sure she would just like hang out with Justin Bieber. She's so nice and funny and goofy and silly and sexy and charismatic and cool and like charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent and skill. Multiple talents, musicianship. I gotta go.